I can start this particular session here. Good morning, everyone. The table below highlights the data on the number of travelers using three major German airports between 2007 and 2012. So this particular chart is a table, and we do have a lot of comparisons here. A lot of statistical comparisons are there. We have different methods to solve this thing. So the solution is up to the way you take this thing. Whatever the way you take this thing, it's not a problem. You have to get a clear cut overview for your way of explanation. If you are going to explain in one particular way, what you have to do is that you have to make a clear cut summary, a clear cut overview for that thing, and then you have to develop these things into paragraphs. So this is what you have to do in a table. So you can do explain, you can explain it in your own way. There are different ways to solve a table. It's not a particular way. So I cannot say the way which I am solving is the exact way that you have to follow, because it differs from persons to person. Now that a person will be able to solve this thing in a different way, so I cannot challenge because it's his way of solving the problem. The mathematical calculations are like that. You can do it in your own way. So there is, it's not like a flow chart, it's not like a map, it's not like a process diagram. So you have to go in this particular way. So this is a mathematical calculation. I can solve this problem in this way, and other person can solve that problem in another way. So you be getting different responses for the same question for a table. So the solution for a table of mine will be different from a solution for a table for a different person. So this is a factual information. So please don't categorize it, which is correct, which is wrong. So both of them will be correct sometimes. The thing is that the way which we solve is the problem. So now I have to frame a clear cut overview for this particular solution, this particular table here. So let's see the introduction of this particular task. So let's go with that. Okay, so this introduction is here. Information on the number of passengers who use the major airports in Germany every year from 2007 to 2012 is depicted in the given table. So let's do one thing. Let's take it out, and I'll paste it up on here. Yeah. So you can say information on the number of passengers. So I can expect a lot of passengers or travelers. So I need to use a lot of synonyms here. So I used a lot of passengers here right now. So when I do my editing, I have to say this is the basic thing that's which I have framed. So if I move before submitting the answers, you just go ahead and try to rephrase this particular word, passengers with travelers or commuters or something. We have a lot of phrases which we can use instead of passengers. I can say air travelers, I can say some thing commuters, I can say travelers, air travelers, all these things I can say instead of passengers. So in the first part, I have used passengers here. The number of passengers who use the major airports in Germany every year. So every year means per year, every year from 2007 to 2012 is depicted in the given table. So the introduction is clear. Now, when I move to the overview paragraph, overall, if you see in as a picture here, It's clear that the passenger numbers rose in all airports during this period, with Frankfurt the most popular. So you can say the passenger number increasing all through the years in all these three airports. And Frankfurt, we have the most popular. It's the most popular. So except in this particular year, it remained number one, number one, number one, number one, number one, number one. So, and it has never got a decline in the number of passengers. If you see, it has never got a decline in the number of passengers. It was always increasing. And it's not the case of this point. It's not the case of this point. You can say that that's a favorite, that's the most popular airport. So you can say that, definitely you can say that. So Frankfurt, the most popular or most favorite for these passengers. So here I have used one passenger, another passenger here. So now it's dangerous for me to use another word passenger sometime. So back to back passengers came. So I have to be very careful next time. So please note that. And I frame another paragraph here. That's paragraph number one. I'll copy and bring it on top. As per the table in 2007, Frankfurt facilitated 36.5 million visitors. So the reason why I have used visitors here, many of you people will be asking me the question why I have used visitors here. Because I have no problem in they have said visitors there. So to clarify it further, so if I have a further objection, I need to clarify it. So it will be difficult for me to clarify it. So I go with just airport visitors. Okay. So as per the table, in 2007, Frankfurt facilitated 36 point, 36.5 million airport visitors. Okay, fine. No issues if you write visitors there because Frankfurt is an airport. So the visitors to the airport usually come to the travel. That's what we call it, airport visitors here in the title itself. It is given there. So that's why I use that visitors there instead of passengers. That's it. Which was almost 10 million more than Dusseldorf number. Yes, Dusseldorf numbers. It's almost 10. It's not exactly almost 10 million. Okay. And 20 million more than Berlin Hegels. Okay, it's about 20 exactly, almost more than, almost 10 million, 20 million more than this thing. So it's an appropriate, okay, so I can use and approximately 20 million more than Berlin Hegels. So the data of 2007 is clear for all three. And by 2009, when both airports other than Frankfurt raised their passenger numbers to 21 and 22.6 million respectively, only 7.9 million more passengers. Okay, so I can say that there is something 21 21 million. So the difference between this point and this point is 21 million. So both the airports other than Frankfurt. So it is given this one and this one here. So this increased by 21 and this increased 22.6 million passengers respectively. So as per the order which is written in the previous sentence, it's Dusseldorf and Berlin Tegels. Okay. So it is written like that. When by 2009, this is the thing, only 7.9 million more travelers avail Frankfurt's airport facility. So during this period, only 7.9 million more avail Frankfurt facility. So I have missed some of the data here because it is insignificant here. I categorize this point like 2007, the data of 2007 to 2009. So I have said this is 21 million increase, 22.6 million. Here it is 7.9 million. The difference is the growth. See, you can see a growth, and the growth is mentioned here after giving the data of 2007. So that's it here. And that's it. If I need to be a little more particular, I can say in the introduction like this. As per the table, okay, so I have said one more additional data. It's not additional data. It's the title here. All the airport increase the number of users between this point and this point. So I have given an additional data. That's a title for there. Okay, so even if I add, it won't be increasing my word count that much. So I added that. So in 2007, so it became more clear right now. In 2007, this was the situation, and 2009, this became the situation. So I can say it increased. All the airports increase the number of the users. I can say that this is the percentage of increase too, not the percentage, the number of increase too. Now I am moving with the next particular paragraph here. The next particular paragraph, it's here. When there was a decline of just over 10 million passengers in this percentage, you can see that there is a decline here, almost 10%, 10 million, right? 10 million passengers between this point and this point. The other two increased their numbers by an average of 3 million. So it's almost 3 million increase. So now I have to write something else here instead of passengers. If I go ahead with any of the word here, I can say when there's equal the number of just over air travelers. Okay. The other two increased their numbers by an average of 3 million. Despite a loss in the first position in 2009, so you can say that there is a loss in the first position in 2009. Frankfurt could increase its passenger numbers by 22 million. So there was a loss in its first position. Okay. Okay, Frankfurt could increase its passenger numbers by 22 million by 2012. Yes. So from just 47.3, from 47.3, it has increased 22 million passengers here. So you have a loss of the lows in the first position in, so it was maintaining the first position all through the year. So this is a drawback here. So this is the thing, despite a loss in the first position, so it was maintaining the first position, except in this particular year, you can say, then you can say that it increased the passenger numbers from by this point to this point between this thing. That's it. During this period, so what is the period here? So we do have a different period here during this period. Yes, that is from 20. Yeah, this is the thing. During this period, this is the period. Does Dove increase their passenger numbers by 8.3? So this is 8.3 there, and we can say, uh, you can say, however, in this particular airport, that was this thing. Okay, so it was static. There was no increase or decrease there, you can say. Now, if I want to replace the word passenger numbers here, I do have um, two more areas. I have used passengers. If you want, you can just at the end you can make some editing there. So apart from that, the things are clear. It's well explained. So we divided into segments like this. So segment number one and segment number two combined with segment number three. So this is the way we have used, we have described the particular table, and we have not included all the figures there, but we have included one thing, that is the thing here is the important thing. So it would have been better if you would have focused on the least number of passengers and the maximum number of passengers. So these two data, if I see closely in this particular table, I cannot find this is the highest and this is the lowest. So those two are crucial information here. So this crucial information, except this crucial information, everything is there. So it's highly recommended to include all the relevant points inside the table. So I request when you edit this particular uh, table, I request you to include those two important data. So you can include it in the first paragraph or second paragraph, so that it would be looking a perfect academic task one. It will be addressing all parts of the task too. So it will be easy for you to manage everything within this 20 minutes of time. But at the end, when you correlate these things, you please identify that you please do make sure that you have completed, you have covered all the main points within this thing. So I have made comparisons. Good. I have made the summary. It's summary of this thing. Very good, because I have not included all the figures there. I've given a clear-cut overview. It's clear. Yes, I have got a clear-cut overview. I've got a clear-cut introduction. Yes, it's there. I've got grouped the paragraphs. Yes, based on the logic, I have uh, grouped the paragraphs into two. So it's well structured. But the only drawback here is that I have not included two crucial things. That's the least number of passengers and the most number of passengers. I do have some problems in replacing the passengers. Always these passengers are coming there. So I need to look into that area too in order to make this table a better one. I hope you have understood this thing in a better way.